Yes.
For Vietnamese investors who want to file before the deadline, what are the level of source of funds, documentation, or the partial investment is needed for the case to be considered approvable when filed?
This is a very good question and very timely, because we're seeing a new trend from the USCIS where they're asking a lot of questions about source of funds if somebody is using installment funding. And basically, their new position is that if you use installment funding, then you have to provide for the second installment all of the information up front to them about where the money is coming from for the second installment. So this is very tricky because people are doing second installments because they don't necessarily have either those funds available yet. You know, if you're doing a sale of stock or a sale of real estate, you may not have all of those documents ready. And so, you know, what are you going to show? And they're saying if you do it after the initial filing, then we're counting on you to interfile. And, you know, the problem with that is first of all, it's not an official policy. It's just something they're saying in decisions. Mm-hmm. Second of all, when we get an RFE from the USCIS, usually there's a barcode. And the barcode, when you send your response, the mailroom, which gets thousands of applications every day, knows to match up the response to your case. When you're doing an interfiling, you're sending it off to a mailroom which gets thousands of applications each day. It's staffed not by USCIS officers but by contractors, and so we don't know if the interfiling will make it to the file or not. So it's challenging to say now, oh, we're requiring you to do this affirmatively, and if we don't get it, which may be our own fault, we're going to deny your case. But because grandfathering is going to expire on September 30th, 2026, investors who are interested in filing, if they're not willing to take the risk of getting a denial, I highly, highly recommend that they invest the entire $800,000 upfront. If they can't invest the entire amount upfront because the money is tied up and they need to do it before September 30th, 2026. And also they should really have upfront their source of funds for the second installment prepared, which is very difficult. But, you know, maybe they need to rework their source of funds. Maybe they need to, for example, take a loan up front so they can give the full amount, or, you know, accelerate their plans to liquidate assets.